Welcome to the D times 2 podcast, hosted by sisters Denise and Debra. We are all about finding balance in the various parts of life. Using the wheel of life as our guide, we explore how to keep each spoke rolling smoothly. We discuss health and wellness, education and spirituality, as well as mental and emotional growth. Join us for real conversations, practical tips, and a few laughs as we share stories, insights, and strategies to help you create a life that feels balanced, purposeful, and designed by you. Hey, Debra.
Hey, Denise.
Good to see you today.
You too. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Yep. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I've been thinking about something the last couple of days, though, because over the weekend, I was sitting on the couch with my husband watching a show, and we paused it so that I could tell him about the area that we were watching on the show. It was in a place that I had lived, and I was mid-sentence, and he said, "Hey, come here. Come with me in the other room." And I was like, "Right this second? I'm not done telling you." And he said, "Yeah, right this second." And so I followed him in the other room, and I was like, "Can I finish my sentence now?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was so confused because right this second, you can't wait till I'm done. But it made me think, here's what it did. It made me think about how some people, and I'm going to say especially men, are really good about stating their needs, speaking up when they need something or want something. And a lot of women, and yes, I know it's totally gender biased, but a lot of women won't speak up. They'll suffer in silence, or they'll wait till it's a better time, or whatever the reason may be. But I just really thought I need to be better about speaking up when I want something or when I need something, because he sure didn't hesitate.
True. I think in general, men are better at just getting to the point. Women typically don't just come out and say it.
We'll wait for the stars to align, or the mood to be right, or the whatever. Or we'll put other people's needs in front of our own.
That's true.
All the time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to be better about speaking up when something's on my mind, or I want something or need something.
That's funny. I actually have been better about doing that than the last probably 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been very nice to actually say what I want or need and communicate that. I'm getting better at communicating it.
Yes.
But it's almost like the courage to come out and say what I need, but it shouldn't be courage.
It shouldn't be, because it's just our needs.
Yeah.
And it's okay. We all have needs, and people can't read your mind.
True.
So they don't know unless you say something.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome.
So speak up.
Yeah.
Speak up. All right. So today we're answering some questions. We had some of our audience send in some questions, and we're going to answer those today. So the first one, this person said, "I'm always tired and feel like I can't keep up."
So fatigue and overwhelm combined.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on that, or suggestions, insights?
Well, I think the second part is they feel like they can't keep up. And my question is, keep up with what? Like, there are some things that are more important to keep up on. Like,
I know my housekeeping isn't caught up.
but you're not living in
Squalor.
I mean, there's a difference, right?
Yeah.
So when I was a young mom, it was hard to keep up with the housekeeping because I'm chasing little kids around and they are always making a mess. So something that helped me when I was a young mom to keep up with my house was to clean up the house 2 times a day, once before lunch and nap time, and the other before dinner time, so that you could start the evening well and start nap time well and wake up to freshness, cleanness. But there's also other kinds of keeping up, like keeping up with your sleep, or keeping up with your fitness, or keeping up with your finances. Actually, all the areas of
the areas, yeah.
And so I think it depends on what you're trying to keep up and whose expectations are you trying to reach.
Yeah, I think there needs to be a thought process to it and then a prioritization
Mm-hmm.
because, like, every day I probably have 27,000 things that could be on my to-do list.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, even if I did one a second, I'm just not going to get to all of them.
Yeah.
So what is my number one, my number two, and my number three priority that I really need or want to get done today? And I'll focus there first. Or I'll look at if I do one of those things, which one would have the broadest impact or I would feel the most relieved at keeping up with or getting done.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of my approaches to that.
Stephen Covey talks about that
I
principle.
know.
The big rocks principle. Do the big things first and then the next things. And then like the things that kind of fill in the cracks, do those last, you know?
Yeah. He does the priorities. Priority A things, priority B things, and priority C. I tend to number them. Like, this is my number one. I need to get this done.
Yeah.
And then I always make sure that I get a want done. Like, I want to move my body in some way every day. So that's always on the list. It's not always a big thing on the list, but sometimes it takes more time in a day than others.
I think that what you just said kind of circles around to the first part of this person's issue is they feel that I'm always tired, they said. So when we're always tired and we don't feel like we can keep up, you're always going to feel tired.
Yeah.
So if you
Because
can,
it in and of itself is draining.
yes. So if you can, think about the biggest 3 things you need to do and do something that you want to do that will energize
Yeah.
you to be able to do more in your day. Because I don't know about you, but I've had days where I know that there are things that I really need to get done and I feel overwhelmed.
Yes.
And then I don't do anything.
Yep.
And
It's too much.
then by the end of the day, I'm like, what? I didn't even do anything all day today and I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And it was the mental energy
Yep. No.
of trying to convince myself that I need to get it done instead of just doing it. And you know what I have found has helped me?
What?
When there's something that I really don't want to do, I put on some really good music that I can jam to. And sometimes it's like 80s country,
Yeah.
the old school stuff, or just some fun, upbeat music that will help change my state.
Yeah.
And so I can get some things done. Or some music, or I also listen to podcasts. You can listen to our podcast.
While you're doing stuff. Yeah.
So anyways, those are two things that can help me get me out of that mental exhaustion state and get the things done that I actually need to do.
Sometimes too, getting a little win gets the momentum going.
So do something easy and then
Yeah, something easy, but that will make you happy it's done. And then it just really starts the ball rolling and will keep you moving. So I think another thing that you can do that helps both with energy and with that feeling of I can't keep up, I'm overwhelmed, there's just too much to do is delegation. Just this morning, I delegated to my husband. Start the laundry. Like, if you can do a couple of things, just do these things. And he said, you got it. He just needed to know I needed some help or would like some help.
that's true.
So
Sometimes people around us want to help but don't know what to do.
yeah, whether it's a spouse or a child, like kids need chores. However young they are, they can help with things. You just have to speak up and ask.
Yeah.
Say what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes for the workplace too.
Yep.
If you need help at work, just ask. Just ask. The worst they're going to do is tell you no,
Yeah.
or say yes and do a crappy job. But then it's on them.
But people like to help.
They do.
People want to feel needed.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you'll get a yes where you thought you might get a no.
True.
So I want to talk to you a little bit more about the being tired, because you were talking about the mental fatigue that comes with that sense of overwhelm. Sometimes people are just tired because, number one, they're not sleeping well. They're either going to bed too late, or they have really disrupted sleep, or they're not properly fueling themselves. And I deal with these all the time with people, like every day. And there are parents who have like teenage children and they say, I stay up till midnight every night because that's when my child wants to spend time with me. And I say, that's when you both should be in bed.
True.
Because the teenager needs to be asleep. They might want to stay up, but they need to be asleep too.
Mm-hmm.
And those hours that are before midnight are literally double the value of sleep than those after midnight. So, like, just go to bed.
Yeah.
But some people will go to bed and their mind is busy. So, in that case, there's a couple of, I'm going to say, supplements that I normally will recommend. One of my favorites is from the brand Just Ingredients, their Nighttime Relax.
Oh, it's delicious.
It tastes so good, but it really works well too.
Yes, it does.
But my personal favorite one comes from a brand called Myoscience. And we'll try to link these for you so that you can see exactly, have easy access. But it's from Myoscience and it's called Nighttime. No, it's not. It's called Relax and Calm or something like that. I can't remember. My husband calls it Sleepy Time. So in our house, it's called Sleepy Time. I think it's called Relax and Calm, but it has different ingredients in it than the other one. So oftentimes I will put them together and I'll mix those up and then I will drink them like an hour before I go to bed. Sometimes I'll put some ashwagandha with it or I will put some GABA with it. Those kinds of things to help to settle the mind and settle the body. But really the gold standard is magnesium glycinate.
True.
Most of us are so magnesium deficient, and that form specifically helps to settle your body down and helps you to get better sleep. There's lots of wide-reaching benefits from it, but if you could get 400 to 800 milligrams of magnesium glycinate, that alone can really make the difference.
I'll tell you, that has made a big difference for me.
Mm-hmm.
I take Optimal Health's magnesium.
Essential magnesium.
Mm-hmm. And I take that before I go to bed, probably about half hour or an hour before I go to bed. And after I started taking that, my sleep quality improved.
Yep.
Just that one thing. So magnesium's huge.
Yeah. So there's not a lot of nights because of work schedules that my husband and I sleep together because he's at work when I'm sleeping and I'm at work when he's sleeping. But he's such a restless sleeper that I can't sleep if he's there with me. So I give him some of that sleepy time drink and some magnesium. And then he's not twitchy, he's not thrashing, he's not doing weird stuff all night long. But just that, like actually getting restorative, reparative, energizing sleep can set you on the right foot when you get up in the morning.
That's true.
And then going to bed too. Those hours before midnight are double the value of the hours after midnight.
Those are good things.
Sorry, I know I totally went off on a soapbox spiel there. Did you have any other thoughts about the tired?
No.
I have one more thought.
Okay.
Is to take a nap.
Oh, for sure.
You're a big fan. I thought for sure you were going to say something.
So if you listened to our interview with Dr. Smith, our dad, at the very end, he said he was going to go take a nap.
Yep.
He is a huge proponent of naps. Even if you just lay down and don't sleep, it will help you have more energy when you get out of your bed.
Yeah.
Or off the floor. Don't nap on the couch.
Or in your recliner.
Yeah, just don't do it. You can sleep on the floor or you can sleep on your bed or lay down. When I was working,
Andy, our brother, he's a legitimate attorney. And he has a special room in their office where he will take a nap on the floor every day at lunchtime because it's such a priority for him. He showed it to me, and it's like this storage cabinet where there's all the extra desks and chairs, but there's just enough room for him to close the door and lay down.
And he puts a sign on outside the door. Everybody knows not to bug Andy during his lunchtime nap.
It's hilarious, but he sees that value in it.
That's what I was going to share, my experience when I was working for an accounting firm. Oh my gosh, tax season was a bear.
Right.
But I get an hour for lunch. Mm-hmm. So I live about 5 minutes from the office I worked for, and I would come home, I would have my lunch, and I would lay down for 20 minutes. And I knew I had 20 minutes, so I would hurry up and calm myself down. And I would set my timer for 20 minutes, and that made all the difference in the world for me. So it doesn't have to be a 2-hour nap. Some people have the time, and that's what their body needs. Like our dad, he
needs a longer one.
A longer one. But that 20 minutes was golden to me. I'd shut everything off, no disturb. Everything was on do not disturb. My kids knew if they were home for lunch, they needed to be quiet because Mom was having her much needed 20-minute timeout.
That's the very definition of a power nap.
Yep.
And there's actually studies that like high level executives, they are so much more productive when they do that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how busy you are, if you can't take a 20-minute pause, then something not important is on your list.
So take a nap, get really good sleep. That will help with your fatigue, and get little wins in your day. Put some good music on and move. Listen to something good. Those, I think, can help you with this person's being tired and feeling like they can't keep up.
Yeah. I want to talk to you about my ice cream I have almost every night for dessert. I started making it about 6 months ago with some of my very favorite protein powder. It's from Equip Foods Prime Protein, and it's one of the safest, cleanest doctor-formulated protein powders that helps to build muscle and shred fat that won't leave you gassy or bloated. That's one of the problems I have with other kinds of proteins. Anyway, it's 100% grass-fed and finished. I make my protein out of their chocolate and their peanut butter. So it's my amazing peanut butter chocolate protein ice cream. It helps me meet my protein goals and taste amazing. To get a nice discount, go to equipfoods.com/DX2 to get 30% off of a subscription order or a nice 15% discount off of a one-time order. You'll love it. So next question is, I need help with helping each of my kids in their interests and struggles. So I'm going to just say, trying to help, I don't know how many kids this person has in various interests and struggles. That alone could be a full-time job.
Oh, yeah.
That alone could cause overwhelm and fatigue.
Yes. I've watched friends do that where they're so invested in what their children are doing that they don't have their own life, and their nights, weekends are all around what their kids are doing, and that is very overwhelming. But it depends on the stage your children are in as well. Like, we have adult children, and their struggles are a little bit different. We have one that lives near us and 3 that don't. And they're all in various stages in their lives. And so the best way that I have found to support them in their struggles and their interests is to keep in contact with them. So I reach out to them and they reach out to me and we talk. And if they're having a problem with something and they want help, then I give advice or direction. And if they just need someone to talk to, I be quiet and be a good sounding board. So it depends on what stage they're in.
Yeah, but you can have that keep in contact even, I think, at younger ages.
Yes.
I mean, if they're in the home, you check in with them, or sometimes you check in with them by text or email, even when they're in your home or FaceTime. Like,
yeah,
they're out and about, with friends or whatever. Still, I think that being in contact is crucial, checking in.
Yes. Something else I think that you can do to help people, not just your kids, with their struggles, even with their interests, is to teach them good principles to live their life by.
For sure.
If they have a good foundation of a principle-centered living, then their struggles become easier to handle. Doesn't mean they're easy, but it makes it easier to handle things when you have a foundation that you're built on. Does that make sense?
Yes.
the best way to teach them is to make sure that you also live your life according to principles, good principles that help you have balance, equilibrium in your life.
By the way, I think you're an excellent example of that. I
Well,
think you've modeled that really well for your children.
well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Their struggles diminish. Everybody's struggles can diminish in intensity when we have principles that guide our lives. It's not we don't have a knee-jerk reaction to everything that comes along because we have a foundation that our life is built on.
I'm going to say, too, I think just the sharing of a struggle sometimes lightens the load of the struggle. But some of them are like not a life, I'm going to say a lifestyle or a friendship or whatever struggle. I know some people really struggle with things like autoimmune conditions or infertility or that kind of thing, where it's kind of a day by day by day struggle that they have to have continual awareness of so that they don't spiral.
That's true.
And I think that that kind of a struggle comes down to big rocks.
Yeah.
Big rocks first. What is most important? What are the things that will most help you today? Do that.
Yeah,
And let the rest of it go, because we literally can only do so much.
that's true.
I think the same thing goes for, helping kids with their interests, is helping them hone in on what their interests really are. Like, I'm just thinking, we specifically have a sibling who I'm going to say probably every 3 months growing up had a different, oh, this is my hobby. This is what I do, right? And they just kept changing it and changing it and changing it. And our parents were very supportive of that and would buy all of the equipment or all of the gear, and then it would be completely abandoned 3 months later when a new interest came along.
Something shiny and new.
Yeah. So I think sometimes there's that trying to find the interest, but also some of it is not just discussing what am I really interested in? What am I really passionate about? And focusing in on one or two things rather than all the things.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I got on that.
I think it's important to help kids, no matter their age. Even our mom does this. She does it with me, and as I've changed eras in my life from mom of kids to mom of grown kids with grandkids coming, she's talked to me a lot about sewing. And sewing's never been a really big thing for me. It has been for her.
She really wanted it to be a big thing for us.
Yes,
Yes.
she did. But I do have an interest in making, baby quilts when babies come, and she's very supportive of that.
Helping you with that.
Yes. She does some other things like knitting on a knitting machine. I am not interested in that at all. And she's offered, and I've politely declined, and she doesn't push. So that's good.
Right.
So your interests don't translate to what your children are interested in. It's important to help them find their own and to let them explore. I think exploring is good to a point.
To a point. Yeah.
There's indulgence.
Exposure, I think, is good and can help people hone in.
Yes.
And sometimes, like, I've been guilty of it. Sometimes I really think I'm into something and I'll try it and I'll say, oh, no, not that. That's not for me. But so sometimes you don't know until you try. But I think, especially when it comes to the kids' interests and kids, that kind of thing, the parents can really play a role in what's going to serve you best and what do you really want to do.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one, this person wants help remembering and making the time to find joy.
I think it's so crucial to find joy in the everyday, the mundane, the small moments, because you can count on having the mundane every day.
For sure. So dishes to do every day, teeth to brush every day.
Aren't I so glad I have dishes to eat off of and a dishwasher that will wash them for me?
Yes.
Because there's been times where I had to wash them by hand and then I'd get eczema and that cost a whole nother thing. And there's like, you can find joy in really anything if you're looking for it.
Yes, you can. So can I share another experience of when I was a younger mom?
Please.
When you have little children running around, sometimes it's hard to find the joy.
Right.
It feels just like you're constantly going and you're cleaning stuff up and you're feeding one and somebody else needs something else and this person forgot their homework and you're constantly going. And so I listened to something, it was years ago, and I can't even remember who said it. So forgive me. If you said it and you're out there listening, forgive me for not remembering your name. But they said that you can find sacred moments in the mundane. You're washing the dishes for your family that you love. You are making dinner again for the family that you love. You're washing clothing, tiny little pieces of clothing that are really a pain to fold, but you love the little person that wears them.
Yeah.
You make your husband's lunch while he's on the way out the door because you love him. And food tastes better when it's made with love.
Yep. It's a secret ingredient.
It is the secret, yes. So when I heard that, I was like, that can change my whole day. If I see what I'm doing as moments of love or moments of service or moments of holiness in my day, instead of just taking care of the kids again, I've got to clean up this mess again, I've got to do this again, the daily mundane.
Yeah.
It gave me a higher plane to operate from, and it made a big difference in my day.
How you approach, yeah. So all of those that you just mentioned, I think, kind of had to do with actions.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that I like to do, and I never had that small family at home, small kids at home kind of thing, but I make lunch for I do some of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to be aware of my surroundings. Like environment surroundings really affect the joy in my life or lack thereof. So I will look at the blue sky. I will look at the shapes of the clouds. I will, like walking into your house today, I was looking at your roses and the new growth on them and like looking for those things that are essentially miracles in nature.
Mm-hmm.
I love them. I was fishing over the weekend with my husband and just sitting on the bank of the river, listening to the wind and the little critters and the birds and the flow of the water, like just observing the beauty of the environment
Mm-hmm.
helps me find joy.
For sure. So this person, they said making the time to find joy. And I don't know that it's making the time to find joy. It's just being aware.
The remembering to find joy.
Changing your awareness. I don't have any little kids in my house anymore. It's just me and my husband. And so it's pretty quiet from what I'm used to. It's taken a little bit of adjusting in my head as to what my life looks like. Something that I have found that helps me find joy is when I lay in bed at night and think of 5 things, at least 5 things, that I'm grateful for the day. And it brings my mind back to all the good that exists in my life, and I can find joy. And I just lay there in my head and say, I'm thankful that this happened. And I'm thankful that this happened. I'm thankful for my garden. Or I'm thankful that my husband actually did the dishes instead of me, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So
as you said that, it made me remember a conversation I had probably 8 years ago with a friend of mine. She had 4 kids ranging from like 15 years old down to 7 years old. So kind of in the thick of motherhood. Mm-hmm. And one of her practices was when she woke up in the morning, she would take just a minute to think of 3 things she's grateful for that would put a smile on her face. And so when she got out of bed in the morning, she started the day with joy and a smile on her face.
That's awesome.
I thought it was great. But it was a deliberate, conscious effort to do that. Hardly took any time.
Right.
But it was kind of choosing the outcome.
I like that practice, and anybody can do that.
Anytime.
And part of this person's issue was remembering to find joy. And you have a device in your hand or on your person or in your purse or on the counter all the time. Our phones are great things, great tools for us. And you can set a reminder.
Yep.
Set a reminder. If you're getting out of bed at 7 o'clock, set a reminder at 7:01. Think of 3 things that bring you joy.
Yeah.
That's an easy thing.
Easy. So the last question that we want to talk about this time is organization. So this person says they used to be a perfectionist and they've just given up. I feel like those are two separate things. But maybe they were a perfectionist at organization and then they gave up.
Maybe.
Either way, perfectionism is a myth. I am a recovering perfectionist. We are never going to be perfect on earth. All we can do is our best and try again tomorrow and try again the next day. And I think some of that perfectionistic tendency causes us to set unreal expectations of what we should be able to achieve with the organization. Like my cupboards, my closets, my backseat of my car doesn't look how I want it to look all the time because it's disorganized. But it's definitely more organized than other people. So where are you on that spectrum? And then circling back to what we started this episode with is the priorities. What really matters? I really care that my pans be stacked a specific way so that they are easy to get to. I don't have to unload the whole cabinet to get to the one I want. That one, it might be silly to other people, but it matters to me. Other stuff, you can fold your pants however you want them folded. I don't care if they all look the same on the shelf or in the drawer.
Yeah.
Okay? So what's important and what's really can just be let go of.
That's really good. What's important and what can be let go of. I don't think it's a good idea to give up on things, but we can let go.
Yeah.
There's a difference. One is resignation, and the other
with a sense of failure.
Yes. Yeah. And the other is it's okay.
This doesn't serve me. I can just let it go.
And it really is okay. Like it's not a life or death thing. There are things that we can do to minimize the chaos in our surroundings or in our brains. And those probably should matter the most. But it does go back to what we started with. Find 3 things.
Yeah. The biggest priorities.
Biggest ones.
But with that being said, I think one of the things that's like a practical tip is that you can periodically do a refresh or a reset. Like I tend to do like once a quarter, every 3 or 4 months. I'll kind of go through an area of my house and put it back. Yeah. Put it back how I want it. It might deviate over the course of time, but I put it back. I reset it, refresh it.
I was thinking the same thing, actually. Like my pantry is a mess. But every so often is when it gets a little bit emptier, I can totally clean it out and put things back where they go.
But part of like life is messy. So part of it just comes because you're living a good life.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. Keep living a good life. There's other things to do in life, other things to enjoy in life than organizing your pantry.
Yeah.
Or refolding all the clothes or remaking all the beds because it's not just exactly how you think it should be. Yeah. I'm going on soapbox rants today, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
Well,
yes. It makes sense because it makes sense. Does anybody really care how your bed is made? I think it's important that your bed is made.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be perfect, crisp corners and your pillows exactly how the picture in the magazine looks. Magazine, that dates me. Pinterest. Exactly how it looks on Pinterest or whatever. If we're comparing our life to Pinterest or Instagram,
photo perfection
of a little frame of a house, of a picture of a room that looks like it's perfect. The rest of the room's a disaster. Like that's the truth.
That's reality.
So I don't know. I don't think everything can be organized all the time. And if that's your focus, you're missing out on the rest of your beautiful life.
Yep. Live the life.
Yeah.
Enjoy the messiness of it. And that's coming from someone who is like, I say it all the time. I'm a recovering constantly perfectionist because that's my instinct is to want everything just right, just so. But sometimes it just doesn't matter.
Go live your life.
So if you were to give someone homework from what we've talked about today, answering these couple of questions from these people, what would your homework be?
I think I would say two things.
Yeah.
One, I would say make sure you know what's really important in your life.
Same.
And live your life according to that.
Find your priorities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the second would be to live your life on principles. Principles can guide your life and make things less dramatic, less in a state of constant emergency.
Yeah.
I think that those two things are important. So
I think those help keep the long range view in mind. I'm going to add one more.
okay.
Is to find gratitude every day. Find things to be grateful for so that you can find the joy.
Yes.
Whether it's first thing in the morning, last thing at night, as you're sitting at a stoplight, pause and find the gratitude and the joy in your life.
I like that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So go do that.
Yeah. Thanks, Deb.
We'll go do that.
Yes.
Thank you, Denise.
Yep. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for listening to the D times 2 podcast with Denise and Debra. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Be sure to subscribe and share it with someone who's ready to roll toward a more balanced life. Your support means the world to us. And just a quick note, we're sharing our own experiences and ideas, not professional advice. Always do your own research and talk to a qualified expert before making big decisions. Until next time, keep your wheel rolling strong.